Hi everyone, my name is Laura Stranks and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Thanks for joining me this morning. Just a couple of things before I get going. I've got a really quick and simple little box to do this morning. I have a Facebook group called Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials. That's a really big group there. All the PDFs for these videos, as well as the link to my video, will be posted in that group. The PDF is in the Files tab, and I always attach the link to the post that I put in there. There are two questions that you need to answer if you want to join that group. One is why you wish to join the group, just that you love card making or you're a hobbyist or whatever. And also the other question is that you agree to the rules. I think every group that I've ever known, there's always a set of rules, and we like to abide by the rules. They're quite simple rules anyway. The YouTube channel, if you're watching today, if you've already subscribed, it's Creative Gems. If you haven't watched me before, welcome, and love you to subscribe. My Facebook page is called Cards by Laura. It's just cards in there, no PDFs or anything. It's just something you can follow if you want to see all the creations I've done since I've started with Stampin' Up. That is it for the little intro bit, and I shall just move that aside. This little box that we're doing today, it's called a flip top box. I have designed this one myself. I did put a magnet in under here, but I find it's not necessary. It's going to shut without the magnet. So with the one I'm doing today, it's going to have no magnet. I decorated all the sides, not the back. You could do the back as well if you like. Just put a little just for you. And it does hold a little cake of soap. In Australia, we have discount stores, little cheap stores, that you can get these Tilly, they're called Tilly soaps. They're Australian made, and I'll tell you the measurements so you know it will fit. It measures about 2 7/8, or you could class it as 3 inches by 2 1/4, and it's about 7/8 inch deep. So if you allow 1 inch for your depth of your soap, any soap that you want to get, those are the measurements of the soap. So I have prepped all my pieces as usual. I'll pop that little one back in there. You've got plenty of movement room in there. You could even put a little something down the side there, a little what do you call it, lip gloss or something. It's still got plenty of room in the side. So we'll just put that one aside. And as usual, I have all my measurements typed up for you. Just, that came a little bit crooked out of the printer. And these are the pieces you'll need. I'll do the scoring after. Your base you'll need, this is Pretty in Pink, which is one of the new colours, new in colours with Stampin' Up. It measures 10.5 by 5 inches. And that's my base. I'll give you the scoring and the cutting shortly. Now, I have adhered all these pieces together because it took a little while to do them. So all my mats are black. My front mat, which is the one that sits underneath that flap there, that one there, it's 2 3/4 by 1 1/4. Oh no, I beg your pardon. We'll start that bit again. That's this piece here, 2 3/4 by 1 1/4. That's the top one up here. And then this one here is the lower front. It's 3 1/4 by 2 3/4. So they're the two front ones. I'm using two different designs today, but they do coordinate together. I'll show you the paper in a minute that I'm using. So that's those two. And then the other little one on the front is this one on the top here. And it measures 2 3/4 by 3/4 of an inch. That's for that one there on the top. And they're all black. The sides, 3 1/4 by 3/4 of an inch. That's down the underside here, those ones there. And the black part is 3 1/4 by 3/4, and you need 2 of those. And then the sides up at the lid, up here, black again, They're 1 1/4 by 3/4, and you need 2 of those. That one needs a little bit of glue stuck down on it. We'll fix that later. And there's 2 of those. I mentioned that. The DSP on the tops of all of these. So we'll go back to this. The front, which is this one here, 2 1/2 by 1 inch. The lower front is 3 by 2 1/2. That's that one there. The top is 2 1/2 by 1/2 inch, which is that one there. That goes on the top. And then the sides, 3 by 1/2 inch, and there's 2 of those. They're down these sides, and the sides for the lid are 1 inch by 1/2 inch, and there's 2 of those. So that's pretty much the order that they're going into as well. Now, I've written here, be mindful of the direction of your paper. If you've got directional paper, you want to make sure you cut it correctly, so it'll be cut on the portrait, so the pattern is running up and down on that. And a scrap for your greeting. On this one, I just cut it out with a decal circle die, and I'll show you the greeting that I got. I'm using the same greeting, but I've done it in the Pretty in Pink with black writing. And I used this die here for that second one, which is out of this Spotlight on Nature, which is one of the new sets coming. It was available to anyone who went to On Stage, this whole set, the whole bundle. So I got it early. I don't think it's available on pre-order, but it will be available from the 1st of May for everybody. And then the greeting just for you, it's on pre-order at the moment, Unbounded Love. It's that little one there. So that's the 2 I've used for that. The paper that I'm using today is out of this Unbounded Beauty bundle. I got the whole suite, so it's beautiful, beautiful paper. I've used lots already. We're in the middle of prepping for a retreat in May, and some of the projects that we're doing are using this paper. It's really, really pretty. My favourite so far. Okay, we shall get started. I move that aside, and you will need your scoring plate or your scoring board if you prefer the board. And we're going to score on the long side first at 1 1/2. I did see another video with this, but I changed it all to suit a different size. 2 1/2 is your second score. 6, which is way over there, and we'll move that to the side. And 7 inches, 6 and 7, which is there. And then on the short side, now you can do this one of 2 ways, and I'll show you the way I prefer. I've written a different way on the thing, on the instructions. 1 inch on the short side, which is there. Actually, we'll go from here, because it gives you a nice straight line at the top here. So we'll score at 1 inch. Now you can go across and score it at 4 inches if you've got your score line back over this side, 1 inch and 4 inch. But I prefer to do it 1 inch there, turn it around, you've got to turn it anyway, and do 1 inch again on that side. If you've got even scoring on both sides, or even top and bottom, I always rotate 180 and then score the same measurement on the other end, but that's up to you. Now we shall fold and burnish all of our score lines. This will be a really quick video today because I have it all prepped, and it's nice and quick. I'll show you another bit that I did, which I'm not going to do on this. It's not necessary. As well as not putting magnets on. Not everybody has magnets, so I do have a lot, but I found it clipped down quite well without the magnets. So with it facing this way and your scissors, you're just going to cut these 2 tabs, and your tabs are the smaller sections in this 1 inch bracket down the center. So I'm going to cut up that line and this line, the score lines, and notch. I'll get my little dish. I've got a little dish here that I put my scraps in. I'll show you also a template that I did if you want to take a photo. I might just put one on the PDF as well, so it shows you. We'll do both tabs on one side first. So we're going up this other tab here, the 1 inch, that's 1 inch apart, and snip up just to notch it. So it gives you a little bit of wiggle room there when you're putting it together. And then you'll go 180 degrees and do the same on this side and notch your tabs, and the same over here. Just a couple of notches. Right, that's all the cutting pretty much. Now the top of your box is this smaller section here. This longer section down the bottom is the front as well, but this one will come over the front like that. Now we can put, and I'll show you the template that I did. It's just rough at the moment, but I'll tidy it up to put it on the thing. So this is my front top, which is this section here, which is this piece here. Now be mindful that when it closes, if you've got directional paper, you want it facing up that way if you've got a pattern that's got something directional on it. I'm going to leave it that way because this flower here is up that way. I'll just adhere that one down. I can put all these on while it's flat, it's much easier. I'll pop that one in there. I don't mind the black. You could use grey if you're using pink. Grey and pink go together. The top section is this one here, which will go in there. I'm just using liquid glue. You could use your seal, stamp and seal, or you could use tape if you wish. Tape takes quite a while to do. I will probably use tape on my tabs just to make them secure. Now this here is the back of the box, and that's the bottom, so that's all the back section there. And then the lower front is this one over here, and if you flip it around and you've got directional paper, you want it so your direction comes up and down that way. So we'll flip that around and we'll put that on there. My retreat, I mentioned I think before on a few videos that I've done, coming up in May. We're probably close to halfway through prepping for it. We've got to wait until pre-orders for some of the papers that we need, not pre-order, when it goes live on the 1st of May. The retreat's not till the 18th, so hopefully our order will come as quick as it normally does, so we can put our order in. Now, when you do this, I'm going to put, all you need is tear and tape on these two tabs that are down this end, not the top end. And I'm going to use tear and tape. I did use glue on the other one, but this one I'm going to put tear and tape. And just a couple of strips, one as close to that score line as you can. And a couple of strips should be good. And the one on the other side opposite that. The top tabs, I'll show you when we get to it how they work as well. Burnish those down with your bone folder so they're nicely stuck. I shall put the these other DSP and mats on after. We shall put this bottom bit together first. Where am I? This way. Now these here, you can take the backing off these. and they will flap inwards. I'll show you. Well, if anyone's like me, that I'm visual, I need to see things before I do them. So this is coming, this is the front of your box. This here is going to flap up and join to the front. Wait on now, make sure I'm doing this right. Yep. So these will flap up to the front of the box like that, nice and even on that side. So it's nice and level there. And the same with this one. Bring it up to the front of the box and adhere it onto the front section. Now, these pieces here on this side, you want to put the back pieces inwards in there so that you've got a nice score line down the front and not your join. Your join will be at the back. Just get a mouthful of water. I think I live on water. So I'm just going to glue these. We can put, I'll do it after, I think. I'm just going to put adhesive, only because I want a bit of wiggle room to get these in. So this one here, and flap it over the top of that and adhere that down. So then your crease line, your cut line is at the back of your box, and you've got the nice even score line at the front. Give that a good press down with your bone folder inside. And the same on this one. We're going to put adhesive on that piece. Doesn't matter which piece you put it on, you could put it on the other one, so long as, have I done that right? No, I have not. Quickly wipe that off. Maybe if we put it on the other piece, that's all right, that's going to have DSP on it anyway. This one's got to come inwards. So we shall pop that in there. The DSP is going on the other piece, so it won't matter if there's a bit of glue still there. And then we'll tuck this one in here and adhere that down. It is still a little bit sticky, but that's okay. And we can put the DSP down on those with the mats. So these will go down the side. Now I've done these in a different pattern. It's just a muted multicolour pattern. I think it's got the Pretty in Pink and the Peach Pie in it, the two colours, which is one of the new in colours. Well, they're both new in colours. So this one here is going down this side. I decided to do the different patterns on the sides, which I've done the same on the other one. That's that side and this side. Almost done. Whoops. Dropped the glue pot. Glue's nearly empty. And that one will go down that side. Get them nice and straight. Now these, you could use them and just tuck them in, but I didn't like that. I like them so that they're joined. And the thing I did the first time, I cut half of that off, but I'm not going to this time because that can, it's more more to hold on to. Just pull my chair in a fraction. It needs a little bit more glue. So I'm going to glue these with the tab underneath and those over the top, and then that whole section will come over the top. So I'll put a little bit of glue on the inside of this. Give it a good shake. And bring that around and put that level at that side. And just hold it for a second till it dries. You could have put your DSP on these sections. I've marked it on this template which parts they go onto, but if you're not real sure, it's better to put it on after. So that one's stuck down, and this one's going on, tuck in the inside as well. I've used quite a bit of glue because it's going to be used, get a bit of movement in it when you open and shut it all the time. So that one will go that way, like so. Give that a hold for a sec. And then that will just flap over the top of your box, like so. And it does, it'll tug down, and it doesn't need a magnet. It holds quite firmly shut. So we can put those two little bits on those outside pieces then, and they're the same pattern as this bottom pattern here. Excuse me. Quite a quick little gift box if you need something for a little gift. So that one's going on there. The video I did watch from someone else, I can't remember who it was, it's a while ago now, she didn't decorate it all like this. I do like decorating my projects. If you go to all the trouble of making something, you want to make it look nice. Especially if you're giving it as a gift. And that one will go on there. Just hold that for a sec. And I did have a pink, I've got a pink one of these in the Tilly soap. It's pink and white actually. Not sure what smell it is or what fragrance it is. Just let those stick a minute. Pop that up. And my soap fits in there nicely. So I might just put a little bit more glue under there. It's not quite stuck on the edges. My glue's just about empty. I'll put that on there again. And then I put the greeting up on dimensionals. Got some here. Just needs a few. You could put any greeting you like on the front. I have got another nice little one that says hello or a gift for you. This one's just for you. I'll pop that on the front. I didn't put a mat around the greeting because I thought it'll cover too much of your front section here. If you've got a nice die that will cut it, just use that. And there you go. I will do up another template with that properly marked for you. And that's my little gift boxes for today. I hope you enjoyed that. Love you to give it a go. And if you wish to join my group, Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials, just hop in there, and the PDF and all the measurements will be in there. I will put the measurements in the description box of my video today, so you've got the measurements, but all the cutting and scoring and the how to assemble, you either watch the video or you can join my group for the PDF. Love to have you watching again. Thank you very much, and I hope you all have a lovely week, and I'll catch you again next week. Bye for now.